Colin.
Hey, Katrina.
Hey,
he's so sweet.
We're filming right now. I'm with Nessa. You're on Nessa off air. Please welcome. You're on speakerphone.
You're on Nessa off air.
I have a question.
What's up, Nessa off air?
So when you're upset at Nessa, right?
Yep.
And you're sleeping, when you decide to sleep on the couch, is that because you're upset at her or you just want to watch TV?
No, most of the time I sleep on the couch because I fall asleep watching a show.
Convenient.
And that's how I decompress on Friday and Saturday nights.
Is it true or is it not true that you get in arguments with Nessa and sometimes they go into the weekend, so conveniently...
No. Primarily the arguments happen on the weekend.
Primarily they happen on the weekend, so conveniently that is your option to sleep on the couch now. I've been watching a lot of How to Get Away with Murder, so I feel like a lawyer right now.
It's true.
Yeah, why do the arguments always land on the weekend, Colin?
Because we have time to nag.
That's a great question that you should ask Nessa.
I don't think there's anyone in my life as petty as you.
Nessa, this is not true.
Who in my life is as petty as you?
Nessa, first, what is your definition of petty?
I don't know. You're just petty about things. It could be small things, big things, but you just like to make situations extra difficult when you're annoyed with the situation.
That's not the definition of petty.
Pull up petty.
Okay. To me...
No. We don't need Katrina's definition right now. We need...
My definition is... Let me tell you my definition.
Is the internet
working? We'll see who's closer. Let's see who's closer.
Did we pay the bill?
The definition of petty is when you do something to spite someone else.
Yes. That is you. No. Yes.
Petty.
If we actually...
Oh, okay.
What is it?
Of secondary or lesser importance, rank, or scale.
I don't know.
Those don't work. They were using it as an adjective.
Okay, look up more.
Let's just go with our definitions. I think that's fair. As long as we both agree that the definition of petty is doing things to spite someone.
Correct. I think there's levels of spite for you. Doesn't mean it has to be the worst level, but that's how you move in life.
Okay. Do you know anyone that doesn't move with any pettiness?
Yeah, but I didn't say we didn't all have pettiness, but I'm just saying you have the most amount of petty.
No way, the most?
Absolutely. In my life?
No way, Nessa.
For sure.
No way, you're petty.
Let me call... I didn't say I wasn't petty.
Who are you gonna call?
I'm gonna call Tone.
Oh
your partner who...
You know who's petty? Him. He's undercover petty. We be at the house and he'll be so undercover petty.
That's fair. He is undercover petty because you're outwardly petty.
Okay.
Almost disrespectful. Actually, for sure disrespectful. I can, if I had words to describe you, Katrina,
oh my gosh.
You ask your loved ones, disrespectful is at the top.
No, it's
petty
not.
Petty is at the top.
Come on.
Call
someone on your phone book and say 3 words to describe Katrina.
Her pettiness. Hold on, let me call Tone.
Tone is not, that doesn't count. Tone is
my
significant
you spend the most time with Tone.
Yeah.
If I could have your daughter on here right now, she would also add to this list.
Listen, you know why Tone doesn't count? Because Tone gets the 100% unfiltered version of me.
Exactly.
But no, all that to say, everyone has a different version that they give other people that they don't give their significant others.
The closest people in your circle, I'm sure more than likely will say disrespectful is on that list.
I think Tone is the only person...
No.
Plus you.
Yeah. I can only go off my experience. But
and you know what? But all that to say, because we're so comfortable, then I love you.
What's the longest time you've spent ignoring Tone because you're upset with him?
Not long, because we're both parents. So I've had pre-parents.
Amara, yes.
Pre-Amara, not long, maybe a day. Like, I like to be the person, because I don't like to be mad at you and go to sleep mad at you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like harboring negative thoughts and energy. I don't like it. Especially if it's somebody that I'm going to see all the time. So it's like, okay, Nessa, this is different. I know you're looking at me like...
I just don't believe you.
You're looking at me like, Katrina, you just didn't talk to me 5 days ago.
I've known you for 14 years.
Yes.
You're maybe describing who you want to be versus who you are. That's okay.
Again. And you and Tone get a different unfiltered version of me that isn't fair because...
Why isn't it fair?
It's not fair because I'm not going around being nasty and disrespectful to other people.
No. Here's the thing. I don't think it's one of those things that you're just constantly just mean to us.
Right.
You're 90% mean to us. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying you're 100%
Call tone.
mean.
This is not true.
Okay. Well, I'll call him in a second.
Okay.
I just wanted to gauge your pettiness and you admitting that you are a very petty person. I actually, for once, don't think you are as petty as this person that we're going to talk about. How this man hasn't spoken to his wife in 20 years. They live in the same house. He was annoyed with her.
Right.
They haven't spoken in 20 years. And if it wasn't for their son, who basically brokered this meeting amongst him and his wife, you know, to have a family meeting, they probably still would not be on speaking terms. And what was disclosed in the family meeting was that the husband was jealous of the attention that the wife was giving their son.
Okay. I have a lot of problems with this. First of all,
Well, of course, everything's problematic.
After 2 days of you guys not talking, that's a real serious problem. After 1 week, 2 weeks, you have to reevaluate your relationship. How could you stay in a relationship for 20 years, be married, co-parent, and not talk? That sounds unbelievable to me.
Do you think Will Smith and Jada Pinkett did this? I'm sorry, is that too soon? I'm kidding. We love them.
Not too soon. But I think, here's the thing.
We love you.
Sidebar
I'm
on Will and
kidding.
Jada.
We all
I would
have
love to give
issues.
one sidebar on Will and Jada. I think they were in an open relationship and they should just
They
come
said
out.
they weren't, I don't think.
They should just come out and be like, hey, we both knew that we weren't in this just to be together anymore. And we were just in it for the optics. So we were in an open relationship. So she dated whoever, I dated whoever. Boom. Call it a day.
But they don't call it open relationship, right?
Okay, then just be like,
is your internet working? Do we pay the bill? I
don't
literally
know.
cannot go. I'm almost sure they're making it clear, or at least Jada is, because, you know, this whole conversation came up because she's been promoting her new memoir,
Right,
which
right,
now,
right.
by the way, I know everybody is acting like they're sick and tired of hearing about this. I'm going to read it. Sorry.
Right.
Unpopular take. But I don't think they considered them living separate lives as far as their romantic dating life separately as considered being in an open
so
relationship.
then what is their definition
I don't
of
know.
being married but dating other
I
people?
told you to contact Jada's team to
Right.
get an interview. So I don't
We'll find
know.
out if ever.
Right, if they ever respond to us. But look, I'm almost sure, right? Am I losing my mind?
Well, I'm looking it up, but if they didn't, they are both being very ridiculous with it because that's exactly, okay, you're right. No, you're right, Nessa. Here on Billboard, they say that even though Will and Jada were not divorced, they were not in an open relationship.
Told you.
Jada said she and Will were in an agreement they would refer to as a relationship of transparency. Okay, that to me means open relationship in a nicer way, in a fancier term. Relationship of transparency.
Yeah. You know what? Last time we spoke, Katrina, you were all about this life.
What?
So I don't know
Whose
why.
life? What life?
The open relationship life,
I'm
right?
not about it for me. For me
That was
personally.
not the energy.
That is the energy.
No, it's
I would
not.
not be okay with
Everyone-
Tone having a girlfriend.
Review the past episode.
Review it. All I'm saying is I would not
Many
be okay.
episodes. You stood firm on this.
And I will stand firm. And
I
I
support
think the
you.
point that you're trying to get that I've made.
No,
the
see,
point
you think you know what I'm thinking, but I actually
Nessa.
want to give you praise that you're being very progressive.
I'm not. The point I'm trying to
proud
make.
of you.
No,
I think
listen.
this
The
is
point
great.
that I'm trying to make is that you can be in an open relationship if that's you. Do you? Do what makes you happy. If that means being married, but also having a side piece here and there.
Yeah.
If that's your lifestyle and you and your significant other are
Absolutely.
okay with it, go have fun. Let your freak flag fly. Do it.
Right, but that's not what the last conversation about. And I don't want to spend too much time on it.
Okay.
But I think you and Tone are in a different good place right now. I can tell by the energy. Because the
would
last
never have
conversation we
open.
had, you were very clear. I'm only going to do things that make me happy. I was like, well, eating bad's going to make you happy. Making poor decisions in life makes most people happy. That is just the truth.
Yeah, but that doesn't apply to having an open relationship.
No, I'm going to talk to you about cheating because you were defending cheating.
Was I?
Yes, that's why I said you
but
and Tone
here, I'm defending
must
it.
be in a better place.
I'm defending it for other people, not for myself.
Sure.
Nessa, I wouldn't cheat. But if that was something in my mind that I was like, you know what?
No, I didn't. Look, I'm just saying you defended cheating, and then I had to convince you that why cheating isn't, nice in a relationship, because the assumption is one person is doing something that the other person doesn't know. An open relationship is completely different, right? Which is the tangent that we're going on about Will and Jada. And, Jada's mom wasn't having it. She's getting sick and tired of all these memes that everybody's floating around, which, by the way, I have not posted.
Right.
Yet, maybe.
There's something you don't post.
I know, but there was a funny one that I saw.
Man,
there's a couple funny takes.
There's a lot of funny
man.
ones. Dude, internet's undefeated.
Hopefully, Jada isn't feeling like everybody's picking on her. I mean, I find it hard to believe. But I also want to say, unpopular take, why is she getting picked on?
True.
Will was also talking about this as well.
Absolutely.
And everybody loved it. He went on his book tour.
Right.
Everybody was emotional that he was being vulnerable, which is also great. But I'm just saying, why can't we give Jada that grace?
I agree. It's because she's a woman, Nessa. Duh. You know what it is.
Yeah. Maybe people are tired of the stories about Tupac. I personally love it because I'm a Pac fan, and one story more helps me feel like we understand Pac at a different level or a different dynamic.
For sure.
Do you think she is embellishing any of the stories?
I don't think embellishing is the right word. I think
some people think that she's exaggerating or she's making some of this stuff up.
I don't think so. I don't think embellishing is the right word. I think what's happening is that after time passes, your memories kind of change as to how you remember things or what it was. Like, you remember this relationship with Tupac, which maybe in that moment might not have been exactly what you're saying, but as the years gone by, you've consistently remembered the feeling of fondness. So for you, as you relay this story 10, 20 years later, you're just thinking of the fondness. So you're just talking about that and only that, or you're just talking about one thing that you specifically honed in on. So is that considered embellishing? Maybe to some people. Me, I just think she's just remembering the parts that she wants to remember that was the best for her.
Also, the reason why people probably feel like, oh, this is so much, why does she keep talking about him? She's discussing her memoir, her experiences in life. And obviously, Pac played a big role in her life.
Right.
And what do you think? When she's going to go and have these conversations, unless you got range, you're only going to cover Pac.
Right.
Because it's easy. It's a quick click, right? It's a quick headline for most people.
For sure.
So unless you're getting deep in these conversations and talking to her about other things, she's going to answer the questions that you bring up. I'm just saying that more from a conversational media side.
Right.
And I don't think people are giving her enough grace that she is only responding to what people are asking her because she's talking about her memoir, which is about her life.
I would like to really 100% piggyback on that, because I be reading comments when people are responding to interviews or anything, and they be like, that's all they talk about. That's all they talk about. Well, because the interviewers that are interviewing them are asking them the question.
And
what
that's
you want
all
them to
they're
do?
focusing on.
Right.
They're not talking about other things that her memoir discloses.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? But anyways, okay, so now that we went on a whole different tangent about Will and Jada, let's bring it back to the conversation about the pettiest person ever, this husband who did not speak to his wife for 20 years. From the story, they lived together. They obviously, they coexisted together, and I guess their form of communication was through grunting, head nods.
Or through their son?
Or probably through their son, who was probably annoyed with this whole situation, which is why he wanted a family meeting at this point, because he got sick and tired of being the mediator, the messenger for 20 years.
So why are they still together is my question. 20 years? Like, why are you together? How petty could you be? What are their signs? We need to know what their signs are.
There are lots of answers for that. It could be cultural.
Yeah.
It could be financial reasons. It could be that it's optics.
Right.
Like
Religious reasons.
Earlier.
Everything. Yeah.
We don't know why.
Right.
It's something that you probably would not do for 20 years, I'm assuming.
I wouldn't do it for 20 days. Okay, Nessa. You and Colin are mad at each other. Mad.
No, usually it would be Colin mad at me. I don't really get mad at Colin.
I know what Colin says to you too. Grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up. Okay, listen. You and Colin are mad at each other. The worst fight you guys have ever had. Okay?
I'm trying to think of one right now. Yeah,
Colin's mad at you. The worst fight you've ever had because
Colin's
he's mad at
me.
Okay, but listen. What is the longest you personally would go without talking to him?
I can't.
5 minutes.
If that.
Bro, your phone's going off. He's trying to call you right now.
I cannot. I'm not about that life.
Okay, what's
he is about that life.
We know Colin is stubborn. He's very staunch in his ways.
He doesn't care.
He don't care. Colin is really dedicated to whatever it is. If it's being mad at you,
He's going to be mad at me.
He's going to be dedicated to it.
He's going to let me know I messed up.
So how much time would you give it before you're pressing him like, yo, we have to talk?
No. I've learned over the years.
What,
you
give him
can't
space?
press Colin. Yeah, you got to give him space. And that was the hardest thing for me to learn. But it was very necessary for our relationship to work.
Yeah, that's good.
You can't move Colin like that. He is his own person. He is his own man. He will do what he wants to do on his timing when he feels like it. And that's that.
So you guys will go to sleep mad at each other?
Colin.
Sleep right next to each other, mad at each other?
Colin will sleep. He'll fall asleep watching TV.
And you hate that.
Absolutely. But you know what's so interesting? Now that I think about our arguments, they've primarily happened on the weekend.
Oh, so he's waiting because he has too much stuff to do. So he's like, oh,
and you know what? Because he won't sleep on the couch unless it is the weekend because he'll watch TV. That's like his break time or
Tone does
whatever.
the same thing, yeah.
So during the week, we're so busy, we're working. So I'm probably nagging him, makes sense, on the weekend, per usual.
Yeah.
Annoying him, brought up the same thing 50,000 gazillion times. And that's when he'll get mad at me. And so I can't differentiate whether it's just him being petty by he's watching something that he really likes or he's mad at me and not talking to me and won't come sleep next to me.
I'm going to ask him.
You should ask him. But Colin does not care. He's not going to do anything to make me feel better if I'm in the wrong.
Ow, dang.
If I'm in the wrong.
Oh, you're in the wrong.
If I'm in the wrong, oh no. I got to wait it out.
Let's see if he answers. We're going to find out.
He's probably not answering you. What did you do wrong? I'm kidding.
He's being petty now on me. Oh no. He's going to the couch tonight.
Yeah, it's the couch.
He's busy. He's in 20 meetings. Okay, fine, Colin.
Did he text you?
No.
Okay.
He didn't. But I think he's probably...
He's practicing a new thing.
Tuesday.
Well, he's been practicing it really... I don't know if it's good. It annoys me. Another thing that we got into an argument about. He turns off all of his notifications on his computer and stuff. So when his, meetings are going on, or if he's working and, he works morning all the way, he wants no interruptions. So I told him he should at least have me able to get a hold of him, like under favorites or whatever, and that have access to his computer. He won't do it.
Multiple reasons why he needs to.
He won't do it.
Y'all are parents.
Yeah.
You guys are parents.
Yeah, he won't
You
do
need
it.
a bat line just for parents on a just-in-case basis. I don't care what meeting you're in.
He won't do it.
You could be talking to anybody.
And maybe
you need a bat line, but you, Nessa, also need to know that you can only hit that bat line when you need to, not like...
See, I think that's tough. I think that's why he can't...
Because he knows you'll hit him.
He can't trust my judgment because everything is important to me.
Everything is important to you, and you have a lot of passion. So,
and I have a lot of moments of melting down.
Yeah, and Colin,
that I need to share with Colin at this second and this moment right now. We have to solve this.
You need a parent bat line, so I think we should talk to him. I'll talk to him.
Okay, great. Add that on your to-do list. That's not getting done.
So they'll never get a parent bat line.
Okay. Okay, so all that to say, is this man doing too much or is it understandable? He's keeping the family together. We need to look at the positives in the situation. The family's still together. And maybe that is their priority, but they can't stand each other.
Yeah, I think there's a certain point.
So let's not rain on this guy.
Okay, I'm not hating. I'm just saying there has to be a certain point of keeping your family together versus y'all ain't talked in a year. This is a real issue. Like a year is insane to me. A month is insane to me. That's new levels of petty. Like after a while, it's like, bro, what are we doing? Why are we even in this relationship if we're not going to talk for a month? Again, you know me. I'm a very I don't know why
you act like you want to resolve things. You don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I know you.
Yeah, but
I don't know if you're doing this for the podcasting because we're, potting right now and you want people to look at you in a different light. No. But you are very more similar to Colin than me.
Well, listen. If Tony and I were in this situation, Tony is my boo. That's Amara's father. He's my partner. We've been together 10 plus years. That's my guy.
Yeah.
If we were in a situation similar to this where he's so mad at me or I'm so mad at him,
And you guys are not in an open
and we're
relationship
not in an
right
open
now.
relationship, no, and we're not having
Okay.
side
Sorry, I
pieces.
just wasn't
None of that is going on because I don't believe in that for myself or him.
Right. Or
Anyway,
for him.
Or for
Okay.
him. If he wants to do that, then it's a whole nother discussion
yeah.
because it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, if we were in
Adventuring.
this,
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
if we were in this relationship, Colin,
Hey, Katrina.
hey, I got.
He's so sweet.
We're filming right now. I'm with Nessa. You're
You're
on
on
Nessa off air.
speakerphone.
Please welcome. You're on speakerphone.
You're on Nessa off air.
I have a question.
What's up, Nessa off air?
So when you're upset at Nessa, right?
Yep.
And you're sleeping when you decide to sleep on the couch, is that because you're upset at her or you just want to watch TV?
No, most of the time I sleep on the couch because I fall asleep watching a show,
Convenient.
and that's how I decompress on Friday and Saturday nights.
Is it true or is it not true that you get in arguments with Nessa and sometimes they go into the weekend? So conveniently,
No. Primarily, the arguments happen on the weekend.
Primarily, they happen on the weekend. So conveniently, that is your option to sleep on the couch now. I've been watching a lot of
It's
How to
true.
Get Away with Murder, so I feel like
It's
a lawyer
true.
right now.
It's true.
Yeah, why do the arguments always land on the weekend, Colin?
Because we have time to nag.
That's a great question that you should ask Nessa.
Because I like to nag, I have the time to do so on the weekend. I'm so busy during the week. I can't get to Colin fixing XYZ. Why didn't he call the electrician?
Oh,
What's
no,
wrong?
wait,
Everything.
stop. I don't want you guys to fight.
It's flooded in the house. Why isn't this fixed?
Oh, no.
I can bring that up on the weekend because I'm not working. During the week, I'm swamped.
Y'all
I
are both
can't.
not working, right?
So
So that's where your fight starts Friday night.
I begin the nagging starts usually Friday.
Right.
Definitely.
Okay, so I have one last follow-up question.
I would like to provide context here.
Okay, please. Your rebuttal?
First context is I had to get up earlier today and get my workout in earlier to wait for said electrician
It's true.
since 7 a.m. who has not been to the house yet.
Redirect that anger to the
Nessa-
electrician.
Nessa set the schedule up without letting me know, and then just told me, hey, you have to be home by 8 for the electrician.
Well,
it was actually 7 a.m.
But
That the electrician said that they may be here by. So we'll throw that out there. The second part is, I think part of the equation here is Nessa gets upset during the week because I get up at 4:30 and Nessa is not a good sleeper.
thank you.
So she says me getting up at 4:30 ruins her sleep.
It does.
And I think by the time we get to the end of the week,
I'm a
she
raging.
has days of built up non-sleep resentment of my early activity that comes out.
Okay.
So,
Yes, he's right.
This is correct. Okay, Colin, last follow-up
It's
question.
true.
I promise. Last question
It's
here.
true.
This story that we're talking about is a man who was so upset with his wife that he was so petty that he didn't talk to her for 20 years. How long could you go without talking to Nessa for?
as long as needed.
I told you. I told you.
Whatever the goal is, whatever needs to be accomplished, as long as needed.
So you're not cracking first? Like, who's
Never.
cracking first, Nessa?
Never.
Me.
What if, okay, Colin, what if you're in the wrong? Are you cracking
Oh,
first?
yeah.
What did I do wrong?
Oh, gosh. Okay,
That
bye,
should let you
Colin.
know.
What did I
Bye.
do wrong?
All right. Thank you. Thank you for joining our podcast today, Colin. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you as a
Promise
special
we love
guest.
each other, y'all.
What'd you say?
I said, I promise we love each other.
We do. We absolutely do. I'm going to try to stop nagging you the minute 5 p.m. on Friday hits.
She'll wait till 5:10. All right. Bye, Colin.
Love you.
All right, bye, y'all.
That was healthy.
Oh, extremely. I know who I am in this situation. Trust me.
Yeah, I
I
think-
just know that 20 years of not talking to somebody who
Excessive.
you're married, of course it's excessive. But like I said, let's give him some props. Maybe this was his way of keeping the family together. Isn't that a big part of the conversation nowadays? How families aren't staying together?
I guess, but
I don't know.
At
Maybe
some
I'm
point,
just-
if you're that miserable in a relationship where you're all not talking for 20 years, I think something's got to give. My opinion.
Are you walking away?
20 years? I'm saying, hey, talk to me. Talk to me. He's like,
Are
no,
you
I'm not gonna
leaving
talk to you.
Tone?
20 years?
Wow, you're disgusting. As he's had your back for so long.
Nessa, if he hasn't talked to me in 1 year and he continues to be petty, like, bro, that's a bigger problem. I don't care how much of my back
Maybe
you
he's
had.
sick and tired of you bullying him.
Okay, then tell me that.
He did, but now you know what I've learned? I'm going to say this before we move on. And you know I love you.
Okay, tell me.
You don't understand things through a healthy conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't respect clear, concise feedback.
Okay.
You're argumentative.
Okay.
And you're combative.
5 more, Nessa?
Nope. And so when Tone tries to tell you things, boom, Katrina comes out. You're a boxer. You automatically, you're just like, you're going in. And that's just what it is.
It's because I'm right all the time.
But I do think you've improved on it, but I think it's only because you have a daughter. That's it. A baby. I think if you had a son, it'd be the same improvements on your life. But I truly believe you're a better person because you're a mom.
Well, thank you. I think the difference is, at least between you and Tone. Tone is relationship, you are friendship.
Yeah.
And there's different levels to how you treat or be petty to either a friend or a, relationship. Yeah. So all that to say, he probably gets a little bit more grace than you do from me.
Yeah, of course. Of course. More pettiness.
More pettiness. Not from me.
This woman went on vacation without her husband because he had waited too long to book their flights. Round of applause to this woman.
Love it. I love it.
It's not something I would be able to do.
I couldn't do it.
I don't agree with you.
You think I could?
I absolutely
No, here's what
believe it.
happens. Tone and I wait till the last minute. I won't go on a vacation without him. What I will do, I'll go somewhere without him. Like, bro, you couldn't get it together. I went to Target without you. Like, okay.
Yeah, you do it all the time.
I will do that. But vacation?
1,000%. If your family was waiting on you somewhere at a destination, he was playing around, you're leaving him. I put money on that.
Yeah, but
you're disrespectful. We already talked about this.
You know what? He's disrespectful for wasting my time when we've had an agreed time to leave.
We're going to get to Tone's poor traveling preparation tactics in a second. Let's talk about this woman who basically wanted to empower herself and not worry about her husband anymore. So she decided to go on the vacation that he was supposed to be a part of. And she went without him because he waited too long to book their flights. So she took it to the internet asking for advice. And I think it's great that she was able to do this. Mm-hmm. I just don't think I could do that with Colin.
Oh, no.
I'm a softie.
You're 100% a softie. And you wouldn't want to go on vacation without Colin.
Yeah. But that's why I think you would want to go on vacation if you were going to meet up with your close friends or family without him. I absolutely do. I know this for a fact. But anyways, we're not going to rehash that.
Why do you know this for a fact as if I've done it before? Well, all I'm going to say about this.
Have you not left him?
For vacation?
Not vacation. Just, if he's taking too long, you'll walk out?
Maybe waiting for the elevator.
No.
Okay, I don't know. Tell me, have I left him before?
To go get food?
No. I don't know. That's such a that's such a different thing.
We know your memory isn't the greatest.
Yeah, what did I eat for breakfast this morning?
But anyways, so you're a fan of this.
I'm a fan of it because at some point someone has to learn their lesson. This probably could be, recurring theme in their relationship that she's always waiting for him because they got to go somewhere. She wants to go. She wants to do this. She wants to do that. He's sitting there digging his heels in, hemming and hawing, taking a long time to make a decision. She's like, you know what?
You don't think it's selfish of her?
I think at some point it is, but I think she's earned the right to be selfish after having been unselfish for a while she's been waiting for him to do whatever it is. Like, hey, let's go on a date. Oh, okay. Whatever it is that they try to do, maybe this has been a recurring situation that she's like, you know what? I'm not missing a trip anymore because of you. I'm going to book this ticket. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's my flight itinerary. If you want to roll with me, go ahead and book it. But I'm not going to wait for you to figure your stuff out because I'm going on this trip.
Do you think this is a sign they're going to break up?
No, I just think it could be, if they approach it correctly, a sign of a healthy conversation on how to compromise and maybe move forward after learning how one will react to a certain situation. She's done. She's over it. So she's like, I'm booking. So next time, he should get it together and either book with her or be fine being left.
The level of pettiness here, right? Because this is considered petty, don't you think?
Yeah, what's the petty meter here?
I think a 6. I don't think it's that bad, right? Or is it
So
that
1
bad?
to 10, yeah.
I think the guy not talking to his wife for 20 years is a 10. I have a question. He's so upset with her. Hypothetical, we don't know if that's the case, but
Right.
what if he takes this as a breakup and goes out on a date? Can she be mad at him?
Yes, because if it wasn't a breakup, why are you going out on a date?
She left him.
Yeah, she left him on a vacation. Maybe here's the thing: there's a lot of things we don't know what the conversation led up
Right,
to.
right.
We don't know the history of their attempts at going on vacation. We don't know any of this.
Right.
But to me, at face value, if she left him to go on vacation and there was no, hey, we're breaking up, said, if he goes on a date, that is cheating. Thoughts?
Would be crazy if he was cheating on her and went on a vacation with the cheatee.
Oh my gosh, that would be the worst.
Okay, so I don't know if this story is petty or alarming or concerning.
All of the above.
Yes, absolutely. It was on 2Fab, and people were talking about this all over social media, how this wife, who unfortunately was dying, asked her husband if she could have sex with her ex one last time. This all unfolded on Reddit. What do you think?
Red flag. This is peak red flag.
She's dying.
Yeah, but you want to have sex with somebody else as a dying wish?
I mean, she's still going to be with the husband. I think there's an emotional connection, and maybe the sex is good, but maybe, it's her. She's dying.
I don't
Are
know,
you
man.
telling me right now if Tone was dying, knock on wood, okay? We don't want
Gracious.
that. But let's just hypothetical right now, and his final wish, as everything else is coming true, and it's a wrap, and he's like, hey, I want to go get intimate with someone that I've been intimate with before. Or I want to go get intimate with somebody that he's gotten intimate with before. What are you saying?
He's dying.
He's dying in this story.
I would be like, babe, for real? Like
He'll say, yeah, I'll have sex with you, but I also want to go have sex with somebody else.
oh my gosh.
What are you
kind
doing?
of
He's dying.
messed up
Time is
question
ticking.
is this?
Literally, time is ticking.
Be like, no, babe, am I not enough for you?
You are, but I'm going to transition.
Okay, Nessa, I will continue
Of
my
course you will.
stance here and say, if that is what makes you happy,
That's why.
then at that point, I have to look into myself and be like, am I okay with that? Katrina, you got to put your hurt feeling to the side because he's about to die in a week.
yeah.
And
then you have your whole life to meet somebody new.
Yeah, and then I would just know that he did something that made him happy, even though it made me feel like crap. I'd just be like, all right, bro, that's what you want. What about you?
I think I would. I wouldn't be happy. I'd be
Nessa,
devastated.
really?
I think I would be devastated, crying, in shambles,
Shambles.
destroyed, possibly in some type of ward.
Would you try to convince
get it
him?
together.
Would you try to convince him not to?
Of course I would.
Like
Do you know
how?
who I am?
Yeah.
But if that was the scenario, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do. I want to believe that I would do that because I think I could also be really selfish and say no.
Right.
But I don't know.
It's a tough question, man. I don't know what I'd do.
Well, anyway, so the story goes on to say that the husband, is grappling with feelings of guilt and shame over her request because obviously he's torn between fulfilling her wish
Right.
and also being completely broken over the fact that his wife wants to sleep with somebody else as her dying wish.
That's your dying wish. Like, you don't want me to take you on a helicopter ride. You don't want to go see the pyramids in Egypt. Like,
Yeah.
your dying wish is to sleep with someone else. That will make me question our whole relationship.
Wow, really?
Wouldn't it make you question your whole relationship?
The whole relationship?
Like-
or do you think he's just trying to go out with a bang?
Literally.
Yeah,